Hey kids, it's Mrs. Chandler here. And guess what I got yesterday? I got my first copy of the Smart Cookie, and I'm really excited. You guys know how much I love the good egg and the bad seed and the cool bean and the couch potato. Well, now we have the Smart Cookie, and I'm really excited about it. Been pretty excited about it for a while. And I know Mrs. Hamilton's excited about it as well. So I'm going to read it to you guys today. It might be a little while before I get to make lessons to go with it. But don't worry, next semester we'll have lots of lessons about this book. Super cool. And again, this is by Jory John, and that's who it's written by, and it's illustrated by Pete Oswald. All right, the Smart Cookie. Greetings. I'm a cookie. I live on a bakery on a street corner near the river. Come on in. Welcome to our little community. It's a warm and supportive place to spend some time. Pretty fantastic, eh? So many things. There's little macaroons dancing around, and a cake, and some pies, and some croissants, and some baguettes. These days, life is sweet, but my journey wasn't always a cakewalk. When I was younger, I couldn't have imagined fitting in here. For a long time, I didn't feel comfortable speaking up or sharing my ideas. I didn't feel like a smart cookie. I wanted to be a cookie who knew all of the answers, a cookie who felt confident in a group, a cookie who said, aha, when solving a puzzle, like this, aha. Looking back, I had some trouble in my early days. I went to school in a gingerbread house. Our teacher, Miss Biscotti, was kind and patient. When I arrived each morning, she'd wave at me and smile. But I didn't get the best grades. And I never raised my hand because I couldn't think of the answers as fast as the others. And I was the last to finish most tests. It wasn't because I didn't care, and it wasn't because I didn't try. Sometimes I'd get distracted and mess up, even though I knew the material. Those were the most frustrating moments of all. Once I misspelled the word dough. That was rough. Another time, I added when I meant to subtract. No. Occasionally, we'd have a lesson where I had absolutely no idea what was happening. I just couldn't keep up. I imagined that my desk was a raft and that I was completely lost at sea because that is what it felt like. At night, I slept in a cookie jar. Move, you move. No, you move. No, you move. No, you move. Those cookies are not being very sweet. I'd stay awake and stare out the window and worry. And it went on like this way day after day. And then something happened that changed everything. It all started with a homework assignment. Miss Biscotti requested our attention one afternoon. Tonight, I would like for you to create something original, she announced. It can be anything you want. Please bring it to class tomorrow. That was it. There were no further instructions. Miss Biscotti winked at me as I gathered my belongings. I felt like I had a million butterflies in my stomach. Create anything? Something original? Due tomorrow? Nope. When I got home, I immediately went to work. At first, I tried a cooking project. The results were half-baked. Next, I tried to hammer and nail something, and it splintered immediately. Then I tried making a sculpture. It was a complete bust. I wondered if I was about to fail yet another assignment. I was stuck. I stared out the window and watched the rain hit the river. There was something mesmerizing about the water, how it moved in such a chaotic way, swirling around and around, yet ultimately figuring out exactly where it needed to go. Ah! Suddenly, I had an idea. I decided to write something original. I came up with a title based on how I'd been feeling. My Crummy Days. After that, the rest of it seemed to fall into place. I wrote and I wrote. I lost track of time. An hour went by in a flash. I said when I finished. I said when I finished. I couldn't sleep that night. But it wasn't because I was worried. It was because I was excited. I felt like I had really accomplished something. I felt smart. The following day, Miss Biscotti asked for volunteers to share what we created. One kid showed off his original frosting art. Another kid revealed her sprinkle distribution machine. It was neat seeing how everyone was good at such different things. Finally, Miss Biscotti turned to me. Would you like to share anything? She asked. I gulped. I thought I'd probably crumble under the pressure. But I made my way to the front of the classroom. I noticed my hands were shaking and my mouth went dry. This poem is called My Crummy Days, I said, my voice cracking. And then I read it aloud. As I spoke, I noticed some kids nodding at certain lines. Other kids laughed at parts that were supposed to be funny. As I built toward the finale, I felt myself becoming more confident and animated. And in the end, everybody clapped and cheered. I promise you this, I'll never ever forget it. Miss Biscotti was beaming. No one but you could have written that poem, she said. It was completely original. Aha! I had done it. I had created something and shared it with the world. Well, my world at least. The rest of the day was a blur. By recess, I was already planning my next poem. I would call it My Sweet Morning. Aha! I thought when I came up with the title. Later that afternoon, Miss Biscotti handed me a note. It said that I should keep on writing no matter what. That meant so much to me. School was a little bit different after that. I wasn't so scared to raise my hand or ask a question or share my work. Sure, some things still don't come as easily for me as they do for others. But now I know that you can be smart in many different ways. You don't have to have the answers to every question or suddenly be great at everything all at once. You just need a chance to try all kinds of things, to find out who you are and what you like to do. As for me, I learned that I can write and can think up great ideas. And I've found plenty of other things that I'm good at too. I no longer feel lost at sea. It's more like floating down a river. And the best part is, there's always more to learn because we're all smart cookies. The end. That was a great book, and I hope that you find something that you are really good at. Because we're all good at different things. And sometimes the things I'm good at, the person right next to me is not so good at those, but they're great at something that I'm not good at. So I hope that you all feel like a smart cookie here at school. All right, bye.